Hi guys, it's Dylan from Bijou Diamond Jewellery in London again with a slightly different video to usual. Today we're going to have a look at another strap from Rubber Bee. I reviewed a Rubber Bee strap last week as well, but when I saw that strap last week I was so impressed that I knew I had to get one for myself. So today we're going to review a white Rubber Bee strap for the Submariner. If you haven't seen my review from last week on Rubber Bee, then please check that out before you watch this one because that has much more in-depth information. So as with all the rubber straps from Rubber Bee, this strap is made from vulcanized rubber, which means it's much harder wearing than normal rubber. It feels much nicer as well. I noticed the difference straight away when I got the strap. That it just feels so much smoother and more luxurious than silicone or other rubbers. The quality on these straps is incredible, the attention to detail is amazing, and it is totally Swiss. You can tell this is made in Switzerland. It's just like the watches that you put the straps on. The attention to detail that you see on the watch carries over to that strap. And that's something that's pretty difficult to do, to make something that's meant to be used for quite a sporty purpose, i.e. a rubber strap, and make that feel incredibly luxurious and high-end. Something I didn't mention in last week's review is that some other brands share the same factory as Rubber Bee for making their rubber straps. So I can't name any names, but they are huge Swiss watch names, and they make their straps in the same factory. So that's kind of why I went for the Rubber Bee straps over some other companies, because I just love the way they design their straps. I love the attention to detail. I love the feel, and the quality is above everyone else. Sometimes when you put a watch on a strap, you lose that sort of luxurious feel that you get with the bracelet, but this does not happen at all on these rubber straps from Rubber Bee. They are really high quality straps. The reason I went for the white strap is because I thought the white would really complement the dial and the green. I thought it would make the green pop a bit more as well, because the whiter strap and the brighter case color lifts that color on the dial and brightens that green. It almost highlights it more. The white also ties in with the date window and all our index markers, and also our numbers on the bezel, and also our hands. So I just thought it would complement the whole watch really nicely. Another reason why I went for Rubber Bee over another company for this white is because their white colors don't fade over time. Some other companies, their white rubber straps actually change to yellow or get discolored, and I really didn't want that to happen. Another great thing with these is they're super easy to clean up as well. If you get a little mark on it or you get some dirt on it, you just take a soft sponge and just wipe it off. And I thought that's really nice and easy. It's similar to the bracelet. In fact, it's even easier to clean than the bracelet because you don't have to get inside the links, in the middle of the links. So it is really good for everyday wear. I've been told by the guys at Rubber Bee that if I was to get a stain or a mark on it that I couldn't get out with a sponge and some soapy water, then you can actually get an eraser and rub the mark out. The reason I really wanted a rubber strap was to be able to swim with it. I know you can do that with a bracelet, but I quite like the rubber feel when you're swimming. I also really like a rubber strap for everyday wear, especially when it gets hot. At the moment, we've got some quite hot weather in England. Probably when you see this video now, it's going to be cold. We've had some good weather recently, so this strap has been great for me to wear. I was so pleased when I got the strap through that same fit and finish that I felt on that Yachtmaster strap that we saw last week for our client was carried through to this strap. I just think it is such an amazing quality and feel. It's so solid. I can imagine this strap will probably last me for years and years. The fit and finish on these straps is also second to none. It is amazing. Rubber Bee uses micro measurements to be able to make sure that all the straps fit perfectly to the case and the clasps, and it shows everything feels amazing. There's no movement in the strap. It feels very solid, and as I mentioned last week, the general feel from this strap, and seems to be most Rubber Bee straps, is that they do really genuinely feel OEM, like they are genuinely from Rolex, like they've come direct from the factory and have always been designed by Rolex in-house to be worn with that watch. The finish on the strap is very nice. It's quite smooth and soft. It feels really nice on the skin. Again, very high quality feel. Another major reason why I went for Rubber Bee over other brands is their design. Their designs are amazing on all their straps. They really genuinely thought about how they can complement that watch case and that watch clasp, and also make it in a way similar or essence to the bracelet, and complement the designs that they see on the bracelet that the brand has spent years designing, and try and bring that to a rubber strap. And I think It's evident here because other brands just use a plain piece of rubber and it looks really boring and kind of flat. It doesn't really look in place, it just looks a little bit not so nice. But here they've got these sort of notches and grooves and beveled edges and this kind of accent going down the center of the strap. Everything, I love the bits on the lugs, these sort of notches on the lugs. Everything is really thought out, and they've really thought about how they can complement that watch case and just make it almost like the bracelet in a way. The clasp on this watch is different to what we looked at to last week. On last week's one, we have a proper clasp from Rolex. So you take the clasp off your bracelet and put it on the strap. On this one, we've got a D-buckle. I'm not a major fan of D-buckles. I do have them on the pearl-on straps that I wear, but I feel that generally they don't provide the same luxurious feel that a proper clasp does. But I was surprised because this buckle is actually really high quality. It feels, again, like it's come from Rolex. It feels very similar in finish and feel to the actual case of the Submariner. And so I was really pleased with that. It actually feels very similar to the Audemars Piguet straps, the D-buckles on those. Something that's quite good about these D-buckles, as opposed to putting your actual clasp, your Rolex clasp on a strap, is that you end up saving your clasp and your bracelet. So if you then wanted to sell that watch in the future, only your watch case would need a polish, or maybe not. But most of the time when you wear a watch, your clasp on your bracelet is the biggest scratch magnet on the whole watch. That gets the most abuse because it's at the bottom of your wrist, and when you rest it on tables, or I don't know, when you're walking past places, you can sometimes nick it on the side of things or on a wall. And same with the bracelet, that can get a bit of wear and tear, but the clasp is always the bit that gets the worst of it. So it's quite a good thing to know that your clasp is sitting in a box and with your bracelet and staying fresh and not getting any scratches. And it doesn't really matter if you scratch this because it's not really designed to look super high-end, the D-buckle. It's meant to be, again, kind of more sporty. If I'm being really honest, I wish that they did a clasp option for this Submariner. They do it in black, and I do respect the reason why they don't do them in the other colors. And that is because unlike other brands, they wanted to make sure they reinforced the strap as much as they could, because these newer Submariners have the glide lock clasp, which means you can expand and contract, I suppose, the clasp, making the bracelet bigger or smaller. And that puts a lot of stress and strain on the rubber because it's constantly being stretched or pulled in different directions. So they didn't want to put a normal strap on. They wanted to reinforce the current straps that they had with carbon, and that's why they only offer it in black, because that's the only colorway I assume that they've managed to produce so far. I hope, really do hope, that Rubber B produces some more colors for that carbon. I think this watch with a clasp, this setup, would look absolutely unreal. That's my only little disappointment with the Rubber B stuff, but at the same time, I know why they've done it, and they've done it for a really good reason. And I respect that they've gone about things, in a different way to everyone else. And they're all about quality and longevity of their straps. Thanks guys for watching. Let us know in the comments if you'd own this Rubber B strap. If you wouldn't own this one, then which one would you own? What watch do you have? Would you put that watch on a rubber strap or a leather strap? What do you prefer, bracelets or straps? Let us know in the comments. I'm always reading the comments, and I try to respond as much as I can.